Care for any enhanced crops? We grow them right here. Mandrake antidote. Heals all HP and... That's scary. What does and do? You must be a buyer to come all the way out here. 30 zenny a night to stay? No. I already did that. I'm mostly playing on PC because I love to continue to play the game with mods and more stuff. Mods have set. So yes, that is another reason why I like to buy some games on PC is due to mods. So like Minecraft, obviously I play that on PC and I use mods. There is so they re-released. They did a remaster of what is it, Chrono Cross, and put it on Steam, and they put it on other platforms. When they released it, the remaster, it was terrible. It was awful. It was basically just like a PS1 port, and it looked bad. So the community, day it came out, they started releasing mods for it, and they gave it widescreen capabilities. They gave it upscaling. They made it look amazing. So I bought it on PC because I knew that the community would make mods for it, and that's exactly what they did. I came here to get some of those onions and potatoes they grow. They're selling real well in some parts. Healing herb, nice. 80 zenny, a whole 80 bucks. Nothing. Through the carefully applied use of Chrism energy, we're able to grow crops faster and larger. That's what we call crop enhancement. Can I climb this? I can't. But can I flip this switch and make it go the other way? Ah! Ah! I'm just in here flipping switches and shit. This is a Repsol Chrism style reactor. It supplies the soil with Chrism energy. I'm just flipping switches. Probably shouldn't be, but whatever. So I think I need to flip this switch to be able to go up that conveyor. Yep. And like all these retro games, they're already optimized for the console they're on. So like, there's no need to optimize them. They're already optimized. I used to think it was wrong to use Chrism on crops like this, but they sell pretty good, so let me go let my dog in. Oh, again. If developers start to make games as gamers for gamers, not just for money, they would probably have gained 10 times more than what they have right now. I can't say a lot because I don't really know the company. I don't really know what happens in the core of the company. I don't either, but we all get the idea of like what happens when it comes to gaming in general and like the industry. And like, for instance, the Game Awards, like that's I don't know how they rate the Game Awards or how they judge them or whatever, but I really feel like the Game Awards are just a giant joke. There are games that win that shouldn't win or shouldn't have won. It's just, I don't know. It's just a joke. There are indie games out there that are amazing that never get the love that they deserve. It's just, I don't know. If you're not a huge company like Ubisoft or EA or freaking Square or other large companies, freaking From Software, then you get no love. And there's a lot of independent titles that are just mind-blowing. Just really good game. One of them being What is it called? Crap. Deltarune is the sequel. I forget the name of it. But it was a small company that made it, or even maybe one guy. I don't remember, but amazing. And then there's another game that released recently. Well, it's not probably within the last like 3 years or so, 3 to 5 years. Let me see if I can find it real quick. I know I have it in my Discord chat. It's me and Ejon's another person that Chained Echoes. Chained Echoes is amazing. One guy made it, and it's an amazing freaking game. One guy made it, and it was mind-blowing. But most people don't even recognize it because it's not a huge title. I have a cousin around 13-year-old he says if a game is not 3D and has high-end graphics, it's trash. Exactly. And that's the thought process that new gamers these days have. And unfortunately, we as hard-headed individuals don't educate the youth on like where games were and where they come from and like how good they were then. If you can get past that it's not 3D and it doesn't have amazing graphics, then you're missing out on a lot. You really are. I wanted to play Pokemon Black with him, but yeah, exactly. So my son, he's 15, and he plays Pokemon, and he absolutely adores Pokemon. He's played a lot of the 3DS ones because we had a 3DS, and he played those. He wants to play Crystal, but I don't have a... He could play it on an emulator, sure, but I don't have a Game Boy Advance. I have a Super Game Boy and I have a Classic Game Boy, but I don't have a Game Boy Advance. So he can't play that, or a Game Boy Color, sorry. So he can't play that. Well, he can play it on an emulator, but he can't play it handheld. So there's that frustration. It's up to us to teach the kids of now that they have to kind of give shout outs to games of the past, because without them, your games wouldn't exist. If it wasn't for, so in 1983 when the game crash happened, if it wasn't for Nintendo and Sega rising from the dust and saying, look, we're going to keep pushing with these games, we would never have what we have now. I work in the disposal area to the west. I've seen some pretty weird looking stuff out there. Big mutated crops that look like monsters or something. Oh boy. That doesn't sound good at all. Mutated crops. What does this switch do? Also recently became a Pokemon fanatical, and now I'm doing breeding and stuff on Cobblemon server for IV and perfect abilities and stuff. I know nothing about Pokemon nor Minecraft, but I like to play them. Like, I like to play Cobblemon and stuff. I like to play Minecraft and some Pokemon. The problem I have with the Pokemon now is that Game Freak doesn't care how their games are. They don't want to modernize their games when they really should. Like, there's no voice acting in Pokemon. Their graphics are crap. Like, when it comes to like, if you're gonna make a modern game, make a modern game. Make it look great. But like, they just don't care because they know that their games will sell regardless. And there's people all over the internet that bash them for it. Like, you need to really make, these games better. Make them look great. And they just don't. They're just like, whatever. You'll buy it anyway. And honest, they're not wrong. We buy them anyway. The most recent Pokemon game was absolutely terrible looking. It looked awful. But people bought it. Before becoming a PC gamer, I transitioned from the PS2 to PSP to mobile. Before, mobile games were amazing. Now mobile games are just extremely stupid and brain dead. They're good games, but yeah, exactly. I don't play mobile games. I have no interest in playing mobile games whatsoever. Every mobile game I've tried has just been full of ads. That's exactly what they are. They're just full of ads, and I don't want to play ads. I want to play the game. And like, I know I can buy the game, but why would I buy the game on a tiny little screen? Like, no. I'd rather play on a TV or a freaking, you know, monitor, something. No, Cobblemine is not made by Game Freak. Cobblemine is a mod to Minecraft. So whoever it was made the mod and put it on Minecraft, essentially. Huh? Momo? You're Momo. Repsol's daughter, right? Yeah, yes. Am I supposed to flip all these switches? Or am I not supposed to do anything with these switches? Before, mobile games weren't like they are now. They actually cared for the game? Yeah. It just, I don't know. Even in the early days of mobile gaming, I just couldn't do mobile gaming. It's not my forte. It's not what I enjoyed. Does this switch flip that one? It does, okay. And this flips that. I wonder where Momo is. Right here. Do I gotta change? We've been expecting you. I tell you, it was pure luck to even have met you there, Momo. As you know, I worked as your father's assistant when he built these reactors. Whatever. Now, which machine needs fixing? Well, I've been meaning to tell you. We managed to fix a machine ourselves. What I want your help with is... well, take a look at that. The heck is that thing? It's like an onion. Yeah, with mobile games, because it's portable and stuff. Yeah, fair enough. And I feel like that's where Nintendo jumped in with the Switch, and they were like, we're gonna make this thing portable, but yet also put it on. You can play it on your TV, and I think that was a smart move by them. How cute! What is it? It's an onion. Cute. I think Game Freak does the game ugly so it can run on the Switch. Yes, but no. Because if you look at games like Bayonetta, if you look at games like there's a plethora of games. Oh, Jesus. There's a plethora of games on the Switch that are amazing looking. And yet they run fine on the Switch. They look really good. I honestly think it's just Game Freak. I'm moving my camera around, by the way. I think it's just Game Freak not caring. I really don't think they care. We can't sell things like that. So we can't take them to so we can take them to the disposal area. But several days ago, as we were collecting the crops to be processed and disposed of at the dump, well, how should I say it? You found a mutant like that one? Exactly, a huge mutant. Everyone's afraid of it and won't go near the dump anymore. It got mixed in with the Chrysamore? Yes, so we have no idea what we should do with it. Alright, we'll take care of it. I mean, this wouldn't have happened if it Hadn't been for my father's reactors, right? Thank you so much, Momo. The disposal area is inside the mountain to the west of here. I'll make arrangements for your visit. I got a feeling she's not going to throw it away. Maybe it's a giant onion. Okay. Head to the west. What is in here? Nothing. Oh, here we go. Now I think I can leave and go to the west, I guess. Not carrying, it's actually that. On the recent game, they just grabbed the old loved Pokemon and made them iron and called them new Pokemon. Yeah, it's like that's what they do. They don't, it's like they don't try. It's really frustrating that they just, and they don't care. They just don't care. Because they know people will buy them. Slug and a fire slug. Okay. Fire breath. Oh, that hits everyone. Jeez. I'll just keep hitting it. I'll use frost on it, but then keep hitting it. Okay, it's dead. Dead. 43 EXP, nice. Let's go back out here real quick. Can I camp? I can. I want to save. So this is about how recent I go to the world map, something changes, I usually save. Like that's kind of how I play the game. We're gonna rest and then we're gonna save. What time is it? 1:16 my time. Been streaming for about almost 3 hours. I'm actually probably, I didn't mean to rest. Yeah, I don't need to rest now. I need to save. So I'm probably going to wrap up for the day. So I got time to render videos. I got to get a bunch of videos rendered out. And uploaded to the channel. I'm running out of content and I need the content on the channel. Sorry that I'm not reacting a lot to your gameplay. I've never watched live streams, so I don't know exactly what to say or do. I'm just having a good conversation. You're doing exactly what you're supposed to do. You're just supposed to have conversation. Picture yourself, and it's I don't know how old you are, but picture yourself and it's 1998, and you are in your room, and you have your PS2 controller in your hand, and you have friends in the room with you, and you're talking about whatever. The game, shoes, clothes, food, traffic, the weather, whatever. That's exactly what you're supposed to do in a live stream. You're doing exactly what I want people to do in my live streams. It's just have a conversation. Talk about whatever the hell they want. We try and keep it as PG as possible. The rules of the chat are just be friendly, be nice, don't start, arguments. Just have good conversation. Talk about things. That's exactly what you're doing here. So you're doing exactly what I want you to do. Is just talk. I don't expect anything else out of my viewers at all, whatsoever. You're doing exactly what I would want anyone to do in a stream. That's what I do when I go to other people's streams. Is I step in and I say hello. I don't tell them I'm a streamer. I just tell them hello, and we have a conversation, and we just talk about whatever you want to talk about. Sometimes it doesn't have to be about the game. Sometimes you want to talk about the freaking PC hardware, or the last bourbon you had, or the last cigar you smoked, or what you just threw in the trash. It doesn't matter. So what you're doing here is perfect. But I do have to wrap up for the day. We're going to say goodbye to... So normally on my outros, I say we got to say goodbye to YouTube because everything's on the recording. But we're going to say goodbye to the recording. So I'm going to have to rephrase that from now on. We're going to say goodbye to the recording. Everyone that's watching the video, I appreciate you hanging out. Thanks for being here as always. If you wanted to check this out live, links are in the description below. Whether that be here on YouTube or it be over on Twitch, I appreciate the support either way. Thanks for coming, and hopefully I'll see you guys in the next one. Later.